you awake? Yeah.
Art 101 with Mr. Burgher.
Hello scholars, welcome back to another episode of Art 101 with me, Mr. Burgher. I'm a professional artist and master educator attempting to provide you with the best in art historical content. If you like it, please make sure you follow, like, share, all those little things you can do here, and I really appreciate that.
I'm so excited I could leave a spot right here on the carpet!
Now, one of the more influential modern artists was Henri Matisse. Matisse was known as the liberator of color. And so today, as you know, because you clicked on the video, we're going to talk a little bit more in depth on the lifetime's work of Henri Matisse. Known to his friends as the Doctor, Henri Matisse became an artist that inspired many generations of artists that would follow him. He was born the son of a grain merchant in northern France. Originally, according to an article published in Match magazine, his parents wanted him to go into pharmacy school. However, at the age of 18, he set off to study law and worked as a law clerk in Paris. When Matisse turned 21, he had an appendicitis attack. During this recovery time, he amused himself with some paints that his mom had gotten for him. 2 years later, in 1892, he gave up this idea of law and would attend art classes at the Académie Julian in Paris under the art professor William Adolphe Burgher. But only after 1 year, he would transfer to the Bordeaux school with instruction by Gustave Moreau. He would also seek the advice of the wise master of Impressionism, Camille Pissarro. It was during this time that he would experiment with a great deal of art-making styles, but he was drawn into the style of Neo-Impressionism with a strong Paul Gauguin and Paul Cézanne influence, and was once quoted to have said that Cézanne was a sort of god of painting.
What?
Someone on TV said it.
Although Impressionists were very much rooted in nature, Matisse felt that his work needed to reflect his own emotions, saying, "Color was not given to us to imitate nature, it was given to us to express our own emotions." By 1905, Matisse would finally find his style, and with other artists such as André Durand, they would create a group known as the Fauvist, or the Wild Beasts.
Oh, really?
Strangely though, as a person he was anything but a beast. He had a very strong reputation as a very cheerful man who was extremely reserved with his thoughts. A happy guy who loved his work and his family, so not quite a beast. Anyway, painstakingly, he worked himself to the limits to create a new view of the world that everyone already knows. It was Matisse's feeling that if one wants a tree that looks like a tree, the best contact would be a photographer. A painter's job is something else entirely. It is to express the feeling that the spectacle of nature provokes in him. Many artists, including the great Pablo Picasso, became admirers of his work. Simplification of shapes, expressive color, and abstracted forms were his characteristic style. In 1914, during World War I, Matisse's hometown of Le Chateau was occupied by the Germans. At the age of 44, he was eligible to serve in the military and enlisted. However, he was rejected because of a weak heart. After World War I, Matisse's reputation grew and he became an internationally known artist. In 1941, Matisse was diagnosed and had surgery on abdominal cancer that limited his physical abilities. So his art had to adapt to his condition, oftentimes working out of bed because he could only get out of bed for only a few hours every day. Now Matisse, predominantly known for his paintings, also worked in several other media. Over the years, but most notably later in life, he worked in sculpture, book illustration, architectural design, and created paper cutouts called decoupage.
Right, that was wild.
Matisse would pass away on November the 3rd, 1954 in Nice, France, at the age of 84. officially of heart failure. He was literally creating work until the day of his death. Well, actually it was the day before, but you get the idea. His last work was a very simple sketch of his favorite model, Lydia Deckelsteyer, and she came into his room with a towel around her wet hair. Matisse was driven to draw her using a ballpoint pen, holding it out to focus his eyes on what would be his last creative mark in our world. Matisse would express with sadness, "It will do."
Oh man, I love that work. Thank you for joining me on this. And again, you can like, follow, share, subscribe, all of those fun little things for more art-related content here and on other forms of social media. We'll see you again soon. Have a great day.
It's gonna be number one on YouTube, but it ain't gonna be number one on there. I can bet every dollar I got.